Music doesn't have to be just entertainment. If you study the science of musical tones, you begin to see an entirely new world of potential. That's what we're studying. We have developed two distinct technologies at this point, whereby we're using music and sound in a biological context to achieve certain physiological benefits. And so far we've seen some pretty miraculous results with infants and babies. And we plan to expand our research to include patients with Alzheimer's and dementia and brain trauma, even autism. We've always been fascinated with the sounds of nature and how powerful they can affect things like mood, emotions, illness, wellness, growth. And if you think about it, our very first musical experience happened inside the womb, specifically underwater, where sound is predominantly low frequency. I know a bit about this because I'm also an audio engineer. The womb is quite luxurious, actually. The fetus is fed when hungry, physically comfortable fetal position, protected and nourishing environment, and continually soothed with a calming low-frequency soundtrack of the body. Then when they're born, they're suddenly shocked by new sounds that never before existed to them. The problem is these new sounds are entirely stimulating, which is great, except when it's time to sleep. It's quite possible that babies cry and refuse to sleep because they're actually afraid to fall asleep. See, to them, the new world is exciting, but when it's time to sleep, they miss their former home, peaceful, comfortable, safe, and protected. We discovered that reintroducing an accurate sound of the womb environment instantly calms infants and babies and reminds them of that place they remember. Then if you surround them in the sound of the womb, their fears go away and they're usually asleep within minutes, sometimes even seconds. A few years ago, we experimented with a way to use musical tones not as music, but as mathematical components and formulas. If a baby can listen to a CD and begin to visualize early fundamentals of math and physics, that baby's brain will begin wiring itself sooner, better, and faster. We were very excited to learn that this technology we created was shown in the hospital to actually rebuild brain cells in babies born through traumatic labors. And the directors at the NICU had never seen anything like it. There were quite literally something like 5 cases of neuronal rejuvenation in a single year. They called it a miracle. Their words, not ours. We have taken this technology and put it together as a 4-CD set, each CD tailored for a particular 6-month stage of development. Although we don't have clinical proof yet, we do have clinical observation, and we also have testimonials coming in that are quite impressive. Things like the daughter was played the CDs, but the older son didn't have them, and there's a dramatic difference in their intelligence level. Well, we surely can't say that it prevents a baby's brain from an improper wiring that could result in an autism spectrum disorder. I mean, that would take years to conclude. However, if you look at the latest studies, there is an interesting pattern that might point to the theory that giving a baby the best possible intellectual stimulation during the first 4 years might provide an ounce of prevention. 1 out of every 70 males born will develop autism by the time they're 4. That's like 1 million each year in the world. And the rate of autism is growing every year by something like 10 to 15%. We're looking to connect with researchers to see if this new technology we've created might help to minimize it. No matter what, I think most parents all want their baby to be as smart as possible. As we now know, the first 4 years are crucial to the brain's hardwiring. The more neural pathways, the better, and those connections are made when they're stimulated. When they're not stimulated, the connections break, and we now know that when they break permanently. The best stimulation is organic, or the baby's actual experience interacting with others and tactile learning. But in today's world, parents are often busy and babies sometimes don't get the stimulation they really need. Playing these MusicMath CDs makes a lot of sense in that a baby can begin processing these concepts pre-cognizance and pre-language, in a sense pre-teaching these concepts early on so that their brains can be stimulated at an earlier age, offering them the opportunity for more neural pathways and possibly a smarter brain. I'm definitely not saying you can create your own genius baby or would even want to, but this just makes sense. Most of the products on the market are not designed scientifically. In fact, many of them have been proven not to help at all. They have now proven that babies who watch videos before 2 years old can develop ADHD and have trouble focusing in school. Music, on the other hand, has shown to increase gray matter and perpetuate higher intelligence. Even better would be music specifically designed to enhance the baby's brain development. The MusicMath CDs are not like playing Mozart or classical music or baby music. We designed this specifically to stimulate the baby's brain at each 6-month stage of development. It's like it's just music, but it's not. Through the musical tones and sequences, babies can actually learn the concepts of spatial relationships, distance, proportion, gravity, cause and effect, binary relationships, and movement. And it's just audio CDs that play in the background, so unlike videos, they don't interrupt the organic stimulus that the baby should be receiving from parent or caregiver. We hope to take this new technology to the world of research as well as the marketplace. From what we can tell so far, these new tonal technologies can make a big difference in people's lives, and we're proud to be a part of that.